Have you ever felt like there's a war going on inside your own head? Different voices, different feelings, all pulling you in totally opposite directions? Well, for people with borderline personality disorder, that internal battlefield is a daily reality. So today, we're going to dive into something called schema therapy, which is this really powerful approach that's designed not just to manage the conflict, but to actually heal the wounds where it all started. Wow. This quote, it just gets right to the heart of the matter, doesn't it? Just try to imagine being a little kid where the very person you need for safety is also the person you're terrified of. That dizzying, confusing paradox, that unsolvable situation, that's the very soil where these deep, painful wounds start to grow. So, what happens when you grow up in that kind of environment? Well, it can lead to this feeling of a fragmented self. It's like you're not just one person. It feels like different, warring parts of you are constantly grabbing the steering wheel. One moment you're calm, the next you're raging, the next you're terrified. That right there is the core challenge we're going to explore. Okay, so if we're going to understand how to win this internal war, we first have to go back and understand where it all began. This turmoil has deep, deep roots in our earliest experiences, and it creates these powerful and often totally unconscious beliefs about ourselves and the world. The foundational idea here is something called a schema. So what is it? The easiest way to think about it is like a core belief, a kind of blueprint about yourself and how the world works. And this is not just a passing thought. Oh no, this is a deeply wired emotional and mental pattern that feels like the absolute, capital T, truth. So where do these schemas come from? Well, they're born when our most fundamental needs as kids aren't met. The basics. The need to feel safe and protected, the need for love and acceptance, the need to be able to be ourselves, and even the need for some reasonable rules and limits. When those things are missing, our brain creates a schema to try and make sense of that pain. And this is what makes them so powerful. A schema isn't just a memory, it's an active filter. It's like you're wearing a pair of glasses that you can't take off, and they color everything you see. Every new experience gets twisted and distorted to fit that old, painful belief, like, I'm worthless, or everyone will leave me. That filter is always, always on. Okay, so if schemas are the deep, underlying beliefs, then modes are how those beliefs explode into our day-to-day lives. This whole mode model is an absolute game changer for understanding those rapid, intense emotional shifts that can feel so confusing. So what is a schema mode? It's the total state of being that you flip into when one of your core schemas gets triggered. It's not just a feeling, it's the whole shebang. It's the intense emotion plus the coping behavior that completely takes over your personality in that moment. There's actually a pretty simple formula for how this all goes down. First, some event triggers an old, painful schema. Instantly, your brain hits the panic button and deploys a survival coping style, fight, flight, or freeze. And that combination, the painful belief plus the automatic reaction, is what creates the specific schema mode that suddenly takes the driver's seat. All right, let's meet some of the main players here. First up, we have the punitive parent. You know this voice. It's that relentless, harsh inner critic. It's the part of you that absorbed all the negative messages from the past, and now it just attacks you, telling you you're bad, you're stupid, and you deserve to be punished. Next, there's the detached protector. This mode's job is simple: avoid overwhelming pain at all costs. And its main strategy? Just numb everything out. It's a total freeze response that leaves you feeling empty, bored, or just completely disconnected from yourself and everyone else. It keeps you safe, but it also locks out any chance of joy. And right here, this is where so much of the raw pain lives. The abandoned child mode. When this part takes over, you don't just feel like a scared kid, you are that scared kid again. It holds all that overwhelming terror of being left, of being helpless, of being all alone in the world. And finally, there's the angry child. This mode is just a raw, desperate protest. When it feels like its needs are being ignored or that it's being treated unfairly, it erupts with this incredible rage. It's not just being mad, it's a primal scream against the injustice of it all. So you've got this whole internal family at war with each other. How does therapy even begin to help? Well, what's so cool about schema therapy is that it doesn't just talk about these parts, it actively gets in there with them to help rewrite the emotional story of the past. Let's see how that works. The relationship with the therapist is absolutely central, and it's really different from what you might imagine. Instead of being this distant, neutral expert,
the therapist takes on a role called limited reparenting. This means they actively provide the warmth, the safety, the stability, and the validation that was missing when you were a child, all, of course, within very clear and safe professional boundaries.
Let's see this in action because it's pretty amazing. So imagine a patient's protective mode. In this case, a bully and attack mode is trying to push the therapist away. It's testing them, right? It's challenging their skill to see if they'll fight back or run away like other people did in the past. Now look at that response. It's not defensive, it's not cold or clinical. It's just a calm, firm, healthy boundary. The therapist is showing them what a good parent does. They don't attack back, but they also don't let you treat them badly. That is reparenting happening in real time. Now, there's a core technique in schema therapy that's built on a truth that every single one of us understands. You absolutely cannot change the events of the past. What happened, happened. It's set in stone. But, and this is the part that changes everything, you can change the emotional power it has over you. You can change the meaning that's been attached to those memories. And that's the whole idea behind this next incredibly powerful technique. It's called imagery rescripting. And the process is, well, it's profound. You revisit a painful childhood memory in your mind's eye, but this time it's different. The therapist actually enters the image with you to stand up for that little kid, to comfort them, to protect them. The outcome of the memory is then rescripted so that the child's needs are finally met. It doesn't change history, but it starts to heal that emotional wound on a deep, visceral level. All of this work, the reparenting, the boundary setting, the rescripting, it's all pushing toward one ultimate goal: to find and strengthen the part of you that is already whole, already capable, and already calm. We call it the healthy adult. So what does this healthy adult actually look like? Well, it's the part of you that can pause before reacting. It can see the gray areas, not just black and white. It can ask for help when it needs it, and it can handle tough feelings without falling apart. Really, it's the part of you that can be your own good parent. And this right here is probably the most important takeaway. The goal is not to get rid of the abandoned child or the angry child. They're not bad. They're wounded parts of you that need your care. The goal is for your healthy adult to become the strong, compassionate leader of your inner world, able to nurture and guide all these different parts so you can finally feel whole. And all this leaves us with a pretty powerful question to reflect on. The next time you feel completely overwhelmed or you react in a way that you don't understand, just try to pause for a second and ask yourself, which part of me is in control right now? Who is running your inner world?
Don't forget to like and subscribe.